The afternoon sun dripped honey gold onto the park bench. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the old oak trees, creating dappled shadows that danced on the ground. 18-year-old Lily sat with a sketchbook in her lap, her brow furrowed in concentration as she tried to capture the intricate details of a nearby flower. She had just turned 18 and was contemplating what to do with her life. College? Travel? Both seemed exciting and daunting. Across the path, a man sat on another bench, seemingly lost in thought. He was older, maybe 65, with kind eyes and a neatly trimmed gray beard. He wore a worn tweed jacket and held a well-loved book in his hands, though he wasn't reading. He was simply watching the world go by, a silent observer of the park's gentle rhythm. This was Mr. Abernathy. He came to the park almost every day, finding solace in the quiet beauty and the simple routines. He had lived a full life, seen many things, and now, he found peace in the ordinary. Lily, usually oblivious to her surroundings when immersed in her art, felt a strange pull towards the older man. There was something calming about his presence, a quiet wisdom that seemed to emanate from him. She glanced up from her sketch, their eyes met for a brief moment, and he offered a warm, gentle smile. It was a simple gesture, but it broke the ice and set the stage for an unlikely connection. Lily, emboldened by Mr. Abernathy's smile, found herself wanting to say something. It wasn't like her to initiate conversations with strangers, but there was a genuine warmth in his eyes that put her at ease. She noticed he was looking at her sketchbook. "It's a sunflower," she said, a little self-consciously. "I'm trying to get the petals right, but they're so complicated." Mr. Abernathy chuckled softly, a sound like rustling leaves. "Sunflowers are tricky things," he agreed. "Full of life, reaching for the sun. You've captured the essence of it, though. I can see the energy in your lines." His words surprised her. It wasn't just polite conversation, he seemed to genuinely appreciate her artwork. "Thank you," she said, feeling a blush creep up her cheeks. "I'm still learning." "Aren't we all?" he replied with a twinkle in his eye. He paused, then added, "If you don't mind me asking, what brings you to this park on such a lovely afternoon?" Lily hesitated for a moment, then decided to be honest. "I just turned 18, she explained, "and I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life. It's a little overwhelming." He nodded understandingly. 18, he mused. A crossroads. So many possibilities, so many paths to choose from. He closed his book, marking his place with a faded bookmark. "Perhaps," he suggested gently, "a little conversation might help clear the path." "A conversation sounds nice," Lily agreed, a small smile playing on her lips. The idea of sharing her worries with a complete stranger, someone who seemed so calm and wise, was surprisingly appealing. "So," Mr. Abernathy began, leaning back against the bench, "tell me about these possibilities. What paths are you considering?" Lily took a deep breath and began to explain. "Well, everyone expects me to go to college," she said. "My parents, my teachers, they all think it's the only way to be successful. And I probably should go. But I also really want to travel. See the world. Experience different cultures. College and travel aren't mutually exclusive," Mr. Abernathy pointed out gently. "Many universities offer study abroad programs." "I know," Lily sighed. "But even then, it feels like I'm just delaying the inevitable. Choosing a major, getting a job, it all seems so permanent." "Ah, the fear of commitment," Mr. Abernathy said with a knowing smile. "A common affliction at your age, and, if I'm honest, at mine as well." He chuckled, then added, "Tell me, what is it about travel that appeals to you so much?" Lily's eyes lit up. "Everything," she exclaimed. "Seeing new places, meeting new people, trying new foods, it just feels so exciting and freeing. I want to learn about the world firsthand, not just read about it in a textbook." The words tumbled out of her, filled with youthful enthusiasm. Mr. Abernathy listened intently, his gaze never wavering. Mr. Abernathy smiled, a knowing glint in his eyes. "I understand completely. That thirst for adventure is a powerful thing. He paused, then asked, "Have you traveled much before?" "Not really," Lily admitted. "A few family vacations to the beach, but nothing like backpacking through Europe or exploring Southeast Asia." "Ah, Europe," Mr. Abernathy sighed wistfully. "I spent a summer there when I was about your age. Hitchhiked through France, Italy, and Spain. It was transformative." "Really?" Lily asked, her eyes widening with interest. "What was it like?" And so, the conversation flowed. They talked about his adventures in Europe, the quirky hostels he stayed in, the delicious food he ate, and the fascinating people he met. Lily, in turn, shared her dreams of visiting ancient ruins, learning new languages, and immersing herself in different cultures. They discovered a shared love for old movies, particularly black and white classics. Lily was surprised to find that Mr. Abernathy was a fan of the same independent filmmakers she admired. They even debated the merits of various directors, their voices animated with enthusiasm. The sun continued its slow descent, casting long shadows across the park. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, creating a soothing soundtrack to their conversation. Lily found herself completely at ease, as if she had known Mr. Abernathy for years. The initial awkwardness had vanished, replaced by a comfortable sense of connection. He was a good listener, asking thoughtful questions and offering insightful observations. She felt heard, understood, and, perhaps most importantly, not judged. The discovery of their mutual appreciation for classic cinema was a turning point. Lily had always felt like an oddity among her friends, who were more interested in the latest blockbusters and social media trends. Finding someone who understood her love for the artistry and storytelling of older films was a revelation. "You know, I saw Casablanca on the big screen just last year," Mr. Abernathy said, a nostalgic smile on his face. "A local theater was doing a retrospective. It was even more magical than I remembered." "Oh, I'm so jealous!" Lily exclaimed. "I've only ever seen it on DVD. I can only imagine what it must be like to experience it in a theater." They also discovered a shared, somewhat quirky, sense of humor. Mr. Abernathy had a dry wit that Lily found particularly amusing, and she, in turn, had a youthful energy that made him laugh. They traded jokes and witty observations, finding amusement in the small absurdities of everyday life. But it wasn't just their shared interests that strengthened their connection. It was also their ability to listen to each other without judgment, to offer support and encouragement, and to simply be present in the moment. Lily realized that Mr. Abernathy wasn't just an old man in the park, he was a kindred spirit, a fellow traveler on the journey of life. And as the afternoon wore on, that connection deepened, becoming something truly special and unforgettable. He made her want to get his perspective on everything. What would Mr. Abernathy do? She knew, somehow, he would know the right thing to do. "Speaking of Europe," Mr. Abernathy said, a faraway look in his eyes, "I have a funny story about my time in Rome. It involves a runaway Vespa, a flock of pigeons, and a very angry gelato vendor." Lily giggled, already anticipating the tale. "Oh, please tell me." Mr. Abernathy launched into the story, his voice animated and expressive. He described how he had rented a Vespa, despite having little experience driving one, and promptly lost control, careening through a crowded piazza. He narrowly avoided hitting a group of tourists, but unfortunately, he did manage to knock over a gelato stand, sending scoops of pistachio and strawberry flying through the air. The pigeons, naturally, descended upon the scene, adding to the chaos. The gelato vendor was not amused, Mr. Abernathy chuckled. "He chased me for blocks, waving a very large spoon. I'm sure I still owe him a few lire." Lily laughed until tears streamed down her face. It wasn't just the absurdity of the story that she found so funny, it was the way Mr. Abernathy told it, with such self-deprecating humor and genuine enthusiasm. It gave her a glimpse into his younger self, a carefree and adventurous spirit who wasn't afraid to take risks and make mistakes. The story also revealed something deeper about his character, his ability to laugh at himself, to find joy in the unexpected, and to embrace the imperfections of life. It was a quality that Lily admired and aspired to emulate. She realized that Mr. Abernathy's life wasn't just a collection of years, it was a tapestry woven with stories, experiences, and lessons learned. And she was privileged to be hearing one of them. After Mr. Abernathy finished his gelato-fueled anecdote, there was a comfortable silence. The sun dipped lower, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. Lily felt a nudge to share something about herself. So, she began hesitantly, about my dreams, it's not just travel. I also really want to do something meaningful with my life. Something that makes a difference. And what does making a difference look like to you? Mr. Abernathy asked gently. Lily paused, considering her words. I don't know exactly, she admitted. Maybe working for a non-profit organization, helping people in need. Or using my art to raise awareness about important issues. I've been thinking a lot about climate change and environmental conservation. She spoke with passion, her voice filled with a youthful idealism. She told him about her ambition to create art that would inspire people to protect the planet, to use her creativity to make a positive impact on the world. She explained her interest in sustainable living and her desire to reduce her carbon footprint. Mr. Abernathy listened attentively, his gaze unwavering. He seemed genuinely impressed by her commitment and her desire to make a difference. Those are admirable goals, Lily, he said sincerely. The world needs more young people with your passion and your vision. He added, don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are unrealistic or unattainable. The world is changed by those who dare to dream big. His words, filled with encouragement, made her feel seen and validated. She realized, perhaps for the first time, that her dreams were worth pursuing, no matter how challenging they might seem. The serious tone of their conversation shifted when Lily, with a playful smirk, said, so, what exactly did happen to the gelato vendor after he chased you down? Did you ever pay him back? Mr. Abernathy burst out laughing, a hearty, genuine laugh that echoed through the park. I wish I could say I did, he chuckled, wiping a tear from his eye. But alas, I was a poor student at the time, and the gelato incident rather depleted my funds. I like to think he eventually forgave me. Lily joined in his laughter, the sound bubbling up from deep inside her. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated joy, a shared experience that transcended their age difference and their different backgrounds. But there were also moments of quiet reflection. When Lily spoke about her fears of failing, of not living up to her potential, Mr. Abernathy listened with empathy and understanding. He shared his own experiences with doubt and uncertainty, reminding her that everyone struggles at times, regardless of their age or accomplishments. The important thing, he said softly, is to keep learning, keep growing, and never give up on yourself. In those moments of shared laughter and quiet contemplation, Lily realized that their connection was something truly special. It wasn't just a fleeting encounter, it was a genuine friendship, a meeting of minds and hearts that defied the boundaries of age and circumstance. She felt a profound sense of gratitude for the unexpected gift of their conversation. The fact that they could move from silly stories to serious life advice so easily showed their ability to connect. As the afternoon progressed, their conversation naturally drifted towards the differences between their generations. Lily spoke about the pressures of social media, the constant need for validation, and the anxieties that came with living in a hyperconnected world. It feels like we're always being compared to everyone else, she explained, and it's hard to feel good enough. Mr. Abernathy listened patiently, then shared his perspective. In my day, he said, things were simpler, perhaps slower. We didn't have the internet, but we had stronger community ties. We spent more time talking to each other face to face. They debated the merits of technology, the pros and cons of instant communication, and the impact of social media on society. Lily argued that technology could be a powerful tool for social change, while Mr. Abernathy cautioned against its potential for distraction and isolation. Despite their differing viewpoints, they engaged in a respectful and thoughtful debate, each listening to the other's perspective with genuine curiosity. Lily realized that Mr. Abernathy's generation had valuable lessons to offer, while he, in turn, recognized the importance of embracing new ideas and technologies. It's interesting, Lily mused, how different our worlds are, yet how much we still have in common. Indeed, Mr. Abernathy agreed. Perhaps the key is to find a balance between the old and the new, to learn from the past while embracing the future. He stated how much he admired her generation's passion for change. She was so hopeful. Their discussion highlighted the importance of intergenerational dialogue, the value of learning from those who have lived through different experiences, and the power of respectful communication in bridging divides. As the sun began its final descent, casting long, dramatic shadows, the conversation took a more personal turn. Lily found herself confiding in Mr. Abernathy about her strained relationship with her older sister, who often criticized her artistic pursuits and pressured her to choose a more practical career path. Mr. Abernathy listened with empathy, sharing his own experiences with family dynamics and the challenges of navigating different personalities. He spoke about the importance of setting boundaries and staying true to oneself, even when faced with criticism from loved ones. He, in turn, opened up about the loss of his wife several years ago, a loss that had left a deep void in his life. He spoke of the loneliness he sometimes felt, but also of the gratitude he had for the years they had shared. Lily listened with compassion, offering words of comfort and support. She realized that even someone as wise and experienced as Mr. Abernathy had faced his share of heartache and challenges. She shared her own struggles with friendships, the difficulties of navigating social circles, and the anxieties of feeling like an outsider. By sharing their vulnerabilities and their personal struggles, they forged an even deeper connection. They realized that they were both, in their own ways, searching for meaning, connection, and purpose in life. The age difference melted away, replaced by a shared understanding of the human condition. It was a powerful moment of genuine connection. Lily felt comfortable enough to ask him questions she would never dream of asking her own grandparents. Drawing on his decades of life experience, Mr. Abernathy offered Lily gentle but profound advice. He encouraged her to be patient with her sister, reminding her that family relationships are often complex and require understanding and compromise. Sometimes, he said, people criticize us because they're afraid for us. They want us to be safe and secure, even if it means sacrificing our dreams. Try to see her perspective, even if you don't agree with it. He also advised her to embrace her individuality and to not be afraid to stand out from the crowd. The world needs more people who are willing to be different, he said. Don't let anyone dim your light. Let your creativity shine. Regarding her anxieties about the future, he encouraged her to focus on the present moment and to trust that everything would eventually fall into place. Life is a journey, not a destination, he said. Don't be so focused on the end goal that you forget to enjoy the ride. He urged her to follow her passions, to pursue her dreams with courage and conviction, and to never give up on herself. You have so much potential, Lily, he said. Don't waste it. Use your gifts to make the world a better place. His words resonated deeply with Lily, providing her with a sense of clarity and direction. She realized that Mr. Abernathy's wisdom wasn't just theoretical, it was grounded in lived experience, in years of navigating the ups and downs of life. He was offering her a roadmap, not to a perfect life, but to a more fulfilling and authentic one. He told her that true beauty comes from within. But the inspiration wasn't all one-sided. Lily's youthful energy and infectious optimism had a profound impact on Mr. Abernathy as well. He found himself re-energized by her passion for life, her unwavering belief in the power of change, and her determination to make a difference. Her dreams of traveling the world reminded him of his own youthful adventures, sparking a longing for the carefree days of his past. He had allowed himself to become complacent, to settle into a routine, but Lily's enthusiasm made him want to break free, to embrace new experiences, and to rediscover his own passions. Her dedication to environmental conservation inspired him to be more mindful of his own impact on the planet. He started recycling more diligently, reducing his consumption of single-use plastics, and making an effort to conserve water and energy. Lily's fresh perspective on life helped him to see the world in a new light, to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, and to find joy in the simple things. She reminded him that age is just a number and that it's never too late to pursue your dreams. He realized that he had been so focused on the past, on the memories of his late wife, that he had forgotten to live in the present. Lily's youthful spirit had awakened something within him, a renewed sense of purpose and a desire to make the most of the time he had left. He felt grateful for her presence in his life, for the unexpected gift of her friendship. He had to admit, her hope was contagious. The conversation eventually slowed, not from a lack of things to say, but from a comfortable sense of contentment. The sun had almost completely disappeared below the horizon, casting the park in a soft, twilight glow. The air was still and quiet, filled with the gentle chirping of crickets. Lily and Mr. Abernathy sat in silence for a few minutes, simply enjoying each other's company. It wasn't an awkward or strained silence, it was a peaceful, companionable quiet, a testament to the ease and naturalness of their connection. Lily watched a group of children playing tag in the distance, their laughter echoing through the park. Mr. Abernathy closed his eyes, listening to the sounds of nature, feeling the gentle breeze on his face. In that moment of shared silence, Lily realized that she had found something truly special in her friendship with Mr. Abernathy. It was a connection that defied explanation, a bond that transcended age and circumstance. She felt a sense of belonging, a feeling of being seen and understood that she had never experienced before. Mr. Abernathy, too, felt a profound sense of gratitude. He had come to the park seeking solitude, but he had found something far more valuable, a genuine human connection, a reminder that life is meant to be shared, and that even the most unexpected friendships can bring joy and meaning. The silence spoke volumes. It was a language they both understood perfectly. Lily felt a warmth spread through her chest. She wasn't alone. Lily glanced at her watch and was surprised to see how much time had passed. The afternoon had flown by, and the park was now almost deserted. "Oh, wow," she said, "I didn't realize it was so late. I should probably head home. My parents will be wondering where I am." Mr. Abernathy nodded understandingly. "Yes, time does have a way of slipping away when you're enjoying yourself." He paused, then added, "I suppose I should be heading home as well. Dinner won't cook itself." A tinge of sadness washed over Lily. She didn't want their conversation to end. She had enjoyed his company immensely, and she felt a sense of connection with him that she didn't want to lose. "It was really nice talking to you, Mr. Abernathy," she said sincerely. "I learned a lot." "The pleasure was all mine, Lily," he replied with a warm smile. "I enjoyed our conversation immensely. You've given me a lot to think about." They both stood up, stretching their limbs after sitting for so long. As they gathered their belongings, a sense of anticipation filled the air. Would this be the end of their connection, a fleeting encounter in the park? Or would it be the beginning of something more? She really hoped it was the latter. The thought of not seeing him again made her heart heavy. She couldn't explain it, but she knew this wasn't just another random meeting. It was something special. As if reading her mind, Mr. Abernathy said, Perhaps we could continue our conversation another time? If you're willing, of course." Lily's face lit up. "I'd really like that," she said, her voice filled with genuine enthusiasm. "Excellent," Mr. Abernathy replied. He pulled out a small, worn notebook and a pen from his pocket. "Why don't we exchange contact information?" They exchanged phone numbers and email addresses, a tangible symbol of their shared desire to stay connected. As they did so, Lily couldn't help but smile. It felt surreal, exchanging numbers with a man who could be her grandfather. But it also felt right, like a natural progression of their unexpected friendship. "I'll give you a call sometime next week," Mr. Abernathy said. "Perhaps we could catch a movie, or visit that new art gallery downtown." "That sounds wonderful," Lily replied. "I'd really enjoy that." They made a tentative plan to meet again, promising to stay in touch and to continue their conversation where they had left off. As they prepared to part ways, a sense of hope filled the air. Their connection wasn't just a fleeting encounter, It was the beginning of a genuine friendship, a bond that would continue to grow and evolve over time. The thought of seeing him again soon made Lily's heart lighter. She knew she would cherish this unexpected friendship. Maybe he could even teach her how to drive a Vespa. As Lily walked home, the twilight sky deepening into a star-studded night, she replayed the afternoon in her mind. It was like a dream, an improbable encounter that had somehow felt destined. She thought about Mr. Abernathy's wisdom, his kindness, and his genuine interest in her life. She thought about their shared laughter, their moments of quiet reflection, and their surprisingly deep connection. She knew that some people might not understand their friendship, that they might question the age difference or raise their eyebrows at the unconventional nature of their bond. But Lily didn't care. She knew in her heart that their connection was pure, genuine, and based on mutual respect and understanding. It felt right. That was the only explanation she needed. It felt like she had found a kindred spirit, someone who saw her for who she truly was, someone who encouraged her to embrace her dreams, and someone who reminded her that age is just a number. The afternoon in the park had been a turning point in her life, a moment of clarity and connection that she would never forget. It had given her a renewed sense of purpose, a deeper understanding of herself, and a profound appreciation for the unexpected gifts that life can offer. And she knew, with unwavering certainty, that their friendship was something truly special, something completely unforgettable. Even now, years later, she still thought about that day and smiled. Mr. Abernathy's words still guided her. The quiet afternoon had changed her life forever.